have no courage to continue. They're bored, tired. And we gather today and we remember that it's winter time in Gaza. People without food or drink or medicine. Actually, people starving in Gaza. The terrorist government of Israel, led by Netanyahu and Gantz or Gallen and Ben Gvir, these people are the real terrorists in the world. And what we see right now, they are backed up by United States of America. If you see what's happening around the world, we will understand one theory, that if you're strong, you can do whatever you want. We gather today to remember that we are human, but the humanity lived in Gaza. There is no life in Gaza anymore. I spoke with my cousin 3 days ago. She said, for the past week, we didn't find one piece of bread. You know what's going on there? The truth is really deep. Even the people who get tent to sleep in, they have to pay for it. This is unfortunate. It's not just the attack from Israel. It's attack from everyone around them. It's attack for every human being. It's attack from the government of the Arab government around them even. They've been betrayed big time. Nobody trying to help or do something for them. And our heart really bleeding. We're trying to do something for the past 120 days. I come to realize, maybe I'm wrong, that after 120 days from all these movements, protests, we protest every single day, the city hall, MP's offices, like in front of the media offices. We went to Regina and we shut down the assembly, but with no result. Why? Because the people who governing us right now, the politician people, they are separated from us. They don't know we exist. That means the system is corrupt. The system needs to be changed. And how we change the system? The only thing, unfortunately, it's by election. I'm not here to campaign for anybody, but I'm here to tell you something, that we are the change. And if we don't create the change will never happen. These guys create the system, the politician, they create the system to keep us on a short leash. That the system that's been created, when you go voting, you will see two parties only, conservative or NDP. Despite the fact there is multiple parties who supporting us. Look at the Green Party leader in Saskatchewan. She's here almost every single protest. But we don't see any of the member of the Green Party in the parliament. Why? Because the system corrupt. They created this system. We need change. This is the main thing we need to do here in Canada. The main thing we need to do it here in Saskatoon. Because what's going on, it's disappointing. We did everything we can. We sent emails. We shouted. We went to their event. We shut down the door. People got arrested. But nothing been changed. It means this is the time. It's your chance to do something to change the system in order to these politicians to hear us. They don't give any damn about us. To the point that some of us, like myself and another lady from Regina, we are not allowed to go to the assembly anymore by law. They send us a legal notice. We're not allowed to be there. Why? Because we just practice our freedom of speech. We said we want ceasefire. We need to see the change. We need our government to hear us, to understand where we're coming from, because we are fighting for humanity, fighting for fairness and justice. We're not fighting for party or somebody. This is disappointing that these guys don't understand what's going on actually with people here. So it's time for you, for yourself, to educate yourself, to work toward change. And the change will not come unless we believe in it. And I believe this is the right time to do the change, to change the system, to flip it on their faces, on their heads. Thank you.
Protests for the sake of Palestine for many years. It's been my honor to know Mohammed through much of that time. My name is Naomi Hunter. I am the leader of the Saskatchewan Green Party. And we must be people of peace. There are international UN specifications regarding what happens in the case of occupation, what happens in the case where there are human rights violations happening. And Canada is disobeying those. Saskatchewan is disobeying those. One of the reasons that I am a lifelong protester against the uranium and nuclear industry, which has its roots here in Saskatchewan, this is ground zero for where these things are mined. $12 million contract to Israel, the Middle East. Canada has these contracts. And these weapons of mass destruction are founded here in our province. These are things that people in Saskatchewan like to sanitize themselves from. But we can stop it. We can ensure better government. We need to be people of peace. One other thing that I had hoped to address today, I've received a lot of angry messages on my social media, and I have people taking video today that I intend to post. Answer these questions once and for all. There is talk that maybe there are two sides to what is going on in Palestine because things started on October 7th. Lies. 75 years of occupation. The Palestinian people are not the aggressors here. When we look at Canada, we agree that one of the big issues going on in Canada is how First Nations people have been oppressed. Indigenous people have not had the right to safe, clean drinking water. In Palestine, Israel has systematically cut off the ability of Palestinian people to have safe, clean drinking water, not just since October, for decades and decades and decades. There is UN rights legislation saying that the right to clean, fresh drinking and bathing water is one of the basic tenets of human right and dignity. Israel, as occupying Palestine, is disobeying international law by not ensuring the right to clean, safe water. Israeli people have 4 to 10 times the amount of access to water. They have swimming pools, whereas Palestinian people have to pay for water. They're not allowed to access their own wells. Here in Canada, where we are trying to see reconciliation with Indigenous people, we should look hard at these parallels as to what is happening in Palestine. Colonizers will be colonizers. We can do better. Continue writing your MPs, writing your MLAs, hold these people accountable. And then, this is an election year. Do you want to know one thing about first past the post and the corrupt voting system in Saskatchewan and Canada? Often, 35 to 40% of the people don't vote. But under our system, do you want to know what it usually takes to win in any one constituency? 35 to 40%. So if you have a friend who doesn't vote, if you have 2 friends who don't vote, get them out, hold your politicians accountable, and make sure that you get promises from them that they will hold true to justice for Palestine, that they will hold true to justice worldwide, justice here in Canada. You have power, and we can do this. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
A ceasefire isn't enough. Freedom. People deserve freedom. They deserve clean water. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak and walk with all of you again today.
Which is the West. Every single night, they kill, they arrest, whatever they want, and they don't care about the world. They don't care about anybody. They're just doing their agenda. It's a genocide plus genocide plus genocide. They're trying to manipulate the truth on social media, manipulate the truth in the TVs. But this time, they didn't win because we are the media. You know, this is a good thing that the media doesn't cover us because they might twist the truth, because we are the media and we're bringing the truth to the people. Because we have people in Gaza, we speak with them, we communicate with them. We know what's going on there. This government, the Israeli government, I mean, it's the extreme right government, the terrorist government. And Netanyahu will not stop because he knows if he stops the war, he will go to jail. And he knows that, and the whole world knows that. And the United States know that. So we are not big number today. As I said, maybe 4 people disappointed with no response. We will walk. I was hoping to do a march. I'm not sure if people here really want to march today and chant. Before we decide as a group here, we will have Brother Mustafa will have a few words to speak.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
First of all, we thank you all for being here. You guys are the strength, and we are the last line of defense of those people out there. I don't know, maybe I am sick or something, that if in the morning I wake up, I have to open my account and check what happened during the day as well, and then at night I check again with the hope if there's a ceasefire, which is not coming, but what I see, I cannot sleep. That is why most of you will be disturbed with my messages at 2 or 3 a.m., which I apologize for that. Especially when it comes to children. I don't know, the level, the threshold has gone so low that any man killed is okay now. Any woman killed is okay now. They are trying to make us accept the mass murder of children. Those children who are sleeping in mud and water. Imagine, we cannot walk with our shoes that is wet, and they are sleeping in mud and water. I met some people around here, and we start the discussion. So these guys are not aware. Media is not allowing anything to go out. The politicians are trying to break it to October 7 only. And if anything happens, it's Hamas. No one else. They are God-sent angels. They are not making any mistake. They are the righteous people. They are not bluffing about killing 2 babies today. Like, no, this is all Hamas. This is what they are told. I met this one guy, and he complained. And this is a message for all of us. He complained that we are not aware of what's going on. All we see in the media is Hamas. And some people are getting aggressive towards us when we are defending Israel. We need to be educated. This is a message from a guy here. He is asking for being educated. So my point over here is, do not shy away from starting the discussion. Do not shy away from answering the questions. Do not shy away to condemn one says not in Canada means do not protest in Canada. You should tell them, as a Canadian, it doesn't mean to be okay with a genocide. As a Canadian, it doesn't mean to be okay with the mass murder of children, women, men in front of our eyes, and then we are told to be okay with it.
Right.
As a Canadian, most of the people who are born and raised here don't understand the value of being a Canadian. I repeat, most of the people born and raised here in Canada don't understand the value and respect of being a Canadian. Across the world, people think Canadians the nicest people on earth. That is why everyone has a choice. If they put it, they say Canada. But then over here, they are telling us to be okay with genocide. This is no one else but the media Mongols and the politicians. And we have to put an end to this. We have to confront them and ask them questions. And wherever they are, question them on Twitter, on Facebook, and anywhere they are. Ask them the simple question: why are you asking us to be okay with a genocide, mass murder, and murders through starvation? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mustafa. We're gonna go ahead with the march. The guys, the university students, they already prepared a truck for that, and we will go from there. They will take the lead. I'm looking for the truck. Okay, yes. All right, we will just follow the truck then.